What is going on, everybody? My name is 10Ds with 10 and Ds, and tonight we have a very great matchup coming into here in EU round robins Group A. They're going to be facing off Imperial versus Slither. And this is just round one. There's still going to be 3 rounds total here, but there will be plenty of opportunity for great action, great entertainment, and great timings for everything. Now, right now we're just waiting for teams to come up and the maps to come through here. But currently, Imperial, sorry. They have quite the track record coming in for them for today. They're coming into this season 14-2 with majority of their wins coming off of either maps like Tanker or Subway, and even a few on Downfall here. They have quite the timings here, and they ended up having plenty of experience behind them here. They have the likes of Phantom Operator, 24 Gray, Abato, McSnooper, Schleo, nope, not Mikey, Sigmeyer, Stamp 2900. They got quite the roster here for themselves for tonight. But on the other end of things, you have a team like Slither, who went up head-to-head in the Challenger Cup for EU, where they faced off all the EU teams here, and they ended up fighting for a 8th seed slot here, where they are going to be coming into here 6-8, with a majority of their wins coming in from Egress, Tanker, and Subway here as well. So it looks like both of these teams each like high octane short CQC kind of maps here, and this will be an interesting one to sort of watch here, as most people don't actually have the what should I say, majority of these teams here, they don't have the experience coming into a round robin. Taking Slither for example, this is only their 2nd season here. They came in at season 12, but they didn't qualify in season 12 nor in season 13 did they qualify into round robin here. So this is they're going to be their first time here inside of round robin. On top of that, where you have Imperial here, they've been around since season 12 as well, and they end up qualifying in the other in the other rounds here, and they have quite the spectacular roster, so to speak, for having the teams as well as having the experience within VRML here. I think this is going to come down to quite an intense sort of matchup here, where each team, I honestly, I'm thinking it's going to come down to it being a 4-3 situation here. My personal vote here is going to be down on it's going to be down onto Imperial here. I think they're going to end up coming away with the win. However, it's going to be not without well fought victory from Slither here. They're more of a passive team in my opinion, but I think they're gonna try to pull something else out here. I think they're going to try and surprise everyone here. As we got the round loaded up here, or the map, sorry. First map is going to come down to Downfall. So this is one of Imperial's more stronger maps. However, we could see it be where Imperial actually is getting we're kind of bombed out by this. Imperial not having as much sort of team for a long range satisfaction. I think that's the word you're looking for. But additionally, you're also going to have a team like Slither who can definitely crawl around the map here. They can definitely crawl around, wait out that 6-minute timer. That 6 minutes may not seem like a lot of time from the outside, but from the inside, that 6 minutes feels like 6 hours, 6 days, 6 years. You're just waiting slowly for that time to tick down, and it'll eventually come down and get ticked down, but not without a lot of fight for it. But looking at the scoreboard here, we're still waiting for each team to funnel in. We're looking for 1 on Imperial and 3 more on Slither here. They'll be coming in for just a few short moments. I can almost guarantee it. Downfall. It is a large-scale map here. It's quite. What's the best word I'm looking for? It has opportunity for. They're having opportunity. Sorry. They have opportunity to win this for CQCs, but majority is majority of the time long range is their preferred outcome. Would appear, I'm being told that there is a possibility over in the other side of things in the second match is going on between in the E round robin here. They are going to be forfeiting. Bad Boys is going to have to forfeit. Unfortunately, they don't have enough players here. So what that means is this is going to be the first matchup going here. It would appear that we're also going to combine together here with the casters over in the first match here, Nightfire and Amugi Minsu, and we're going to go patch into them right now. All right, we're joined together here with Nightfire and Minsu here. Guess Jim, say hello.
Yeah, indeed we are, and I guess this will be kind of strange because what we're about to do is start another intro on another stream, and things are about to get a little crazy. For the first time, we're going to have 2 streams live in the same game. And it's only happening because apparently we're getting a forfeit from Bad Boys in the Fortis vs. Bad Boys series, which is not what we expected today. And so, do give us 1 second here. I'm going to... It's... Stream 2, sorry, you're going to get another intro. This is going to be happening on Stream 1. And otherwise, the audio will be the same between our 2 channels, but our perspectives will be different. So if you wanted to bring up both of our streams, you can, and then mute one of them. And then watch both streams. You'll have 2 perspectives of the game. Both in the same time delay, so it should be pretty much in sync. And that's basically what we're going to do. So, here this happens. Here we go here. We also want to jump into the game real quick, so we want to sort that first before anything.
So on Phantom. So going through the rosters here on the Imperial side, we have Phantom Operators, Leo, McSnooper, Abato, and Sigmar. Like we were saying before, those are going to be their devastating players here. I think this is going to come down to a very excruciating long-range sort of matchup between these 2 teams. Because over on the Slither side of things,
I gotta stop you. You gotta save this for 1. Okay, I understand you're on your own channel, but now 1 becomes the priority. So here we go. Welcome everybody to the Onward VRML Season 14 EU Round Robin Group A. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. Today we are not going to be jumping into Fortis vs. Bad Boys, and instead doing something a little different. Today we're going to have Imperial and Slither live on both Channel 1 and Channel 2. Right now, we've already started up a stream. Tendies has done a great job introing and drawing people in on the VRML 2 for Imperial versus Slither. We're about to redo that again for us here on VRML 1. And Tendies, maybe I'll just let you recap what you've already told the audience on VRML 2. What do you expect today? As we almost are going to have to jump right into the game.
I think this is going to come down to a very excruciating long-range matchups between each of these teams. The first map is going to be on Downfall here. I think this is going to be where the biggest deciding factors are going to come from here.
Absolutely. jumping right into it. Round number 1, Imperial versus Slither. We'll update the teams when we get back into it for the scoreboard, but yeah, this is kind of a new concept, I suppose. We have again both streams live, both on a 6-minute delay, and you should be able to see this game from multiple perspectives. At the end of the day, I think the focus is going to be to try and give you the best show we can on VRML 1, so we may end up focusing our conversations around perspectives that I'm drawing more than 2, but it's going to be interesting to have both regardless, and we do bounce around between the two. So, you know, when, as an example, a little inside baseball, since you're seeing a little bit of the inside game, you know, whenever attendees talks, they are typically binding their camera to a certain number value. I'll then hit that number value and get sent to their camera. It's a pretty cool little way we do things, as Coffee kicks things off nicely for Slither. That's the first snipe, and attendees, I think we're going to see a lot of snipes here this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Downfall being a very long-range maps here, there's plenty of opportunities for each teams to take sniper shots at people. Like Abato and McSnooper are pushed into upper dumpster here. They're going to start getting eyes onto that sniper Coffee, who's sitting inside the staircase of Center Hotel here.
I guess we did see the system not in action there, but we'll do our best to hone in the process as we do get into the series. Again, I guess if you have both streams up, you can just go over at what we have over on VRML2, and you don't have to rely on my camera work. But yeah, Coffee sitting up top, getting ready to snipe down in. The rest of the team just taking their time. Gonna be a slow start to the EU round robin, I think, with a Downfall start kicking things off. And I mean, frankly, we may see a lot of range this afternoon with the process of both teams banning 3 maps apiece. You're gonna end up with maps that neither team really like or hate.
Absolutely, it's going to come down to a very important time. Abato is going to end up actually seeing Coffee down onto into Center Hotel there. He's going to pick him off, making this a 4v4 situation off the bat here. Slither playing a very tight defense now on objective, expecting to get pushed down from their southeast or the southwest side of the map here.
Heavy smoke application for them across. I think it cost them 2 or 3 smokes. Yeah, as we see 3 smokes deployed there. Abbott and Snooper get across safely through the free fire, and now Snooper trying to find some shots up into Emperor's position in that 2-story. Pretty standard stuff so far as Abbott and Snooper vault their way up along the south side. In the meantime, no real action anywhere else. Snowboy and Cookies holding down the objective. Snowboy watching the south lane and waiting for an advancement out. Emperor on the other side would be the only thing really watching the north. They have no one with eyes on this north side, eyes out this window where you see Siegmeyer and Phantom Operator tucked in over on the red car. And I wonder what their timing is going to be like here, because Siegmeyer and Phantom could really kind of sneak in.
Yeah, Emperor was looking out to the north there, possibly just checking it out, but unfortunately he doesn't see Phantom nor Siegmeyer, just still opening themselves up.
Yeah, and Abbott's just tossing out suppressive fire towards them. Finally, Corian catches some kills. They've identified them over in the north. They just took a little peek out over to that north side, and they've now confirmed Siegmeyer down on the ground, so no res available. Snooper trying to poke and prod their way over towards Corian, and if they do try and swing out either to the right or left, you have both angles covered. Emperor holding things down for now. And Snooper finds Emperor in the 2-story. That's a big pick. That's going to enable them to push forward here.
Absolutely, they've dropped this. They've managed to drop this from a 4v5 to a 3v3 situation here. Phantom's gonna spot out Chorian inside of West Brothel, take some shots at him, but he's not gonna be able to hit them. But that's gonna allow Idiot Cookies to now realize that he's got one on his backside here.
Imperial is collapsing around the OBJ as Phantom swings outside. Corian jumps down, and I don't think Phantom hears or sees this rotation as Corian tucks in on the other side of the wall. Now they hear the shots as Yuki swings out around the objective to cover it. A nice nade over the top. It's a beautiful toss, and it kills Phantom instantly. While that's all happening, Snooper's inside, tablets out, and they're punching in the code just through the window as Corian tries to crash back in time to deny this from happening. Is Snooper going to get it in time? Corian is almost here, and they get it just before Corian gets that. That's a 2-0 kickoff for Imperial.
You hear the little exciting woohoo coming in from Nick Snooper there at the end.
A very solid job coming in there from the Imperial side. Mitsu, your thoughts on our kickoff round here this afternoon?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I especially like the part of Coffee starting off with his amazing sniping skills, but also I believe Imperial did a nice work there since they lost one of their. The moment they lost one of their players there, they were keeping an eye on that center hotel since then, and they did manage to catch him off. And starting from there, they went hunting for one-on-one, and then well, it did lead to an amazing cap.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for a better start on your map pick, an opener of 2 points to kick things off. We saw caps being vital in the Challenger Cup in particular, an element that was, we saw, but it's because you only have one map. Here, we do only have two, so I suppose the importance, of capping still key here. It still is going to mean that it can vault you into, I guess, a tie series at least, but you still have 2 maps to take against any opponent that you go up against here this afternoon. We're going to jump right back into it. I guess your thoughts, Pendies, on a great opening for Imperial.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to wait it out. They end up getting that capture out there. It's going to send them straight forward. This is going to be a devastating 2 points to start off here. Slither, I have a feeling Slither's going to make that comeback. They're going to return here with the cap. Chorian does have a drone in the air right now, and he's able to possibly see out the Imperial's positionings here so they can get the picks off here early game.
Similar positioning we see coming in as Phantom takes up Coffee's position. That kicked off the kill for them. As shots come in from Leo, I do believe they identify that south rotation coming out very early. They identify that spawn. I'm curious to see how Phantom is going to react and if they are going to really do any coverage of the south, because right now they don't have good angles down to Emperor or Idiot Cookies.
Now, Leo's going to take shots there over at Yuki. He's going to be able to get that call out, which is going to be crucial there for the rest of Imperial here. They're now going to start understanding where their enemy team is starting to come in from.
Little reload to make sure that they have the most recent mag and fully loaded, ready to go for whatever could come their way, but they're definitely not that front line of defense for Imperial. It is going to be Snooper and Phantom, especially with how Imperial's stacked. I mean, this is a heavy south setup. It's an interesting setup. I must take a moment to drink it in, right? Corian, Coffee, and Snowboy Yuki all positioned on these elevated spots, all looking down for range shots. Do all of them have some level of enhanced? Yeah, they all have either a holo with a flip or an ACOG on for that long range identification. Very much a team on the hunt for early picks, and I wonder if Imperial are aware of that, because we're not seeing Imperial peeking out really much at all. They're super tucked in, if anything, really waiting for Slither to push to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Majority of Slither's team is over in Upper Dumpster here, which is going to allow Phantom here. If he has just the right angle, he's going to be able to pick them off as soon as they start rounding corners here and try to get to Lower Dumpster. Got smokes coming in from Slither to try to block off their cross here.
Torian is able to get a smoke out that's going to be vital in shutting Phantom's angle down, and they are going to be able to get across. It doesn't look like Siegmeyer has a line out that window. Again, not taking any risky peeks, and it's a very tucked-in defense. It's allowing Slither to advance Phantom, Snooper, Siegmeyer, Abbott, Leo. They're all tucked into their positions and really waiting for Slither to push to them, and I wonder how this will pan out. If Leo's going to find anything here before it's too later. I guess it's going to be Phantom and Snooper in for a close quarters battle soon enough, Tendies.
Yeah, at some point, Slither's gonna have to swing out and play the start making the way towards objective here. The longer that they let this time drain, the more in favor it plays for Imperial. I mean, they got 2 minutes 40 seconds on the board right now. They're still a 5v5. They still have opportunity here.
They essentially have to take this center 3 story too. They're in very good positions, but they have to take the center 3 story. You can't really push the objective without figuring this out as they start to try and get to the 3 story. Abbott takes a little peek out, catches Cookies pushing up without any utility, and I guess that's the benefit of just peeking out of these windows instead of holding them, is that you can maybe surprise an opponent as they're trying to swing in a position they otherwise feel comfortable in. Almost peeks out just in time to catch Emperor, but the smoke there is thrown from Emperor. You can see it in the distance, tossed out, and ultimately Emperor not pushing out that way. It could come down to Leo holding things down on this south street as Coffee and stay tucked in behind the wall. Leo finds their kill.
Yeah, it's gonna drop things down to a 5v3 here now. Slither is trying to make their way into center 3 here. Emperor pushing along the backside. It's being called out by Phantom here.
-1, west side.
Leo's gonna actually... That was actually their sniper, so that's gonna leave it down to just Chorian and Emperor here, and they're both pushed up here. Imperial could crash down onto them.
I don't think they know what Leo is. There's Corian finally identifies him. So Emperor tries to find the shots, and Leo now knows there's 2 here on this corner piece.
Now at the rear of hotel, going east.
Emperor trying to swing around here. Phantom's gonna swing him. He's gonna pick him up here. It's just down to Chorian in a 1-on-5 situation here. Imperial not trying to get greedy for any kills here. Beautiful nade getting tossed over by Phantom. That's going to pick up Chorian. 3-0 starting off map 1.
It's maybe what we'd expect. It is our number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed, the team that qualified in the Challenger Cup. They're going up against the hardest opponent in this round robin stage right now. It's Imperial. It's them playing at peak Imperial, and they are up 3-0. I mean, they only lost twice all season. You know, it's not out of. If anything, I would be surprised to see Slither taking rounds and winning here. Mitsu, your thoughts on that last round?
Yeah, I believe Imperial played it very well. Well, Slither has shown their capability of taking long-range shots on their matches played out last week on the Challenger Cup, and Imperial went, just like you said all through the cast, Imperial chose to go hide and south, not peeking out of the window all the time, but just checking time to time. And I do believe that's kind of one of the best strategies that can be shown on this map. Downfall is really large, and there aren't many spawn points that you get near the OBJ. So yeah, hiding inside, waiting for your enemies to push into your position, that really works well, and we just saw it.
Solid strategy that can backfire at times if the team
Three.
That's the defense.
Okay, he just put in jungle. I need
Adapt
one more.
their
One more with
strategy
me.
accordingly,
Wait,
but
I'll go out.
obviously Slither having a tough time breaking through the hard shell of Imperial, as Imperial now goes on the attack. We change objectives. Slither back on the defense and in a big swing.
Two in the
gets
center
three-story.
hotel, two in the-
Coffee and his friend managed to get into, what's that there? Snowboy Yuki managed to get into three-story, angles down into this offense that's rotating in, and pretty relaxed Coffee as they're whistling here on the roof looking for opponents.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Siegmeyer looks to hold the greatest potential here for a pickoff on Coffee. His head just barely peeking over, trying to see if he can maybe spot that kill out. Doesn't look like he's...
Sniper either. Does have an LMG, but I guess a hollow with the flip sight there, so a little bit of range available.
And Coffee's actually going to be able to get that pickoff on Siegmeyer there. That's going to make this a 4v5 situation for Imperial off the bat here.
Yeah, that is a good opening. It's the same one we've seen them with, I think, last round as well, but it didn't end up working out for Slither. We'll have to see
I didn't peek, wouldn't have seen that.
how this goes. As Imperial now again on the attack, rotating in from the north side, and they are essentially going to avoid any detection here, swinging in through the east, and eventually they'll be able to pounce on this defense from the south side. It's going to come up to Emperor doing a lot of defending out of this, what is called White House, where they'll be looking out the windows, trying to fend off from several different angles. They don't want to get picked off as Abbott almost identifies Emperor through the window there. Gives away a little bit of their location in that south ravine, and maybe Emperor will be unwilling to repeat that window, but either way, the push should be somewhat identified on the Slither side of things.
Leo trying to peek from the Annex and North Twin here into White House, seeing if he can get the pickoff on Emperor. It doesn't look like he's able to get the angle here, but that's allowing McSnooper to push up into, or go through the valley, sorry, which is going to have an excruciating impact here for the rest of the rounds here.
Trying to slow down this push, and now pushing out, getting aggressive onto Snooper, a little over aggressive, and Snooper finds the kill on the outside. Not necessarily needed, and I think that's the difference we're seeing in these teams. Because styles, Imperial is tucked in, waiting for the opponent to come to them. Slither very much going after Imperial here, trying to find the kills, and at times it works, as we see Coffee finding picks from the three-story. At times it costs them, as we see now. South largely uncovered, and Imperial have an ability to push in here.
Absolutely, both Corian and Cookies looking out towards the valley here, seeing if they can maybe get a pickup on somebody trying to cross through.
Snooper does get rid of Coffee through the LMG fire. That's a big pickup that opens up the push even more from the south. Like you said, there are still two on the south side watching. Cookies in particular going to be an important element. If Cookies goes down, the push into the backside, into the basement for the cap is a viable option. Imperial 5-0 as they lose another. Cookies does come alive, and maybe that gives away their position. We'll have to see if Snooper or Abbott can bounce back and find the refrag.
Phantom is going to be able to see Corian through South Twins into the windows of Upper Dumpster here. This puts Slither down into an incredibly difficult situation here. With a trade coming in from McSnooper and Yuki here, that leaves just Cookies, last one alive on the objective here. Phantom Abato versus Cookies.
Ooh, and Cookies catches the shot, trying to clutch it up for Slither and keep them alive in map number 1 in this round robin. 6 maps to be played today by every team in this group stage. They get to play each team twice, and so there is little room for error. You really can't afford map losses if you, well, you can afford maybe one map loss if you want to be that first or second team to advance into the regional qualifiers. So it's or the regional finals, excuse me. So there is again a lot on the line. This your whole season here. Prize pool coming in for ProTube and VR cover, and ultimately the season. That banner, the badge of honor amongst the community, and the title of season champion. It's definitely what these teams are after. It's what they've been playing for all 14 weeks of regular season. We'll have to see if Cookies can clutch it up as Phantom has to push in. 20 seconds left. Here on the corner, they swing wide. Phantom's inside. Cookies has to crash back as Phantom tries to cap before Cookies can get them, and they do. The passive play. You don't always need to kill your opponent, do you, Minsu? As a cap, the second of the round, puts Imperial up 5-0.
Yeah. Another interesting match being played out, all quite similar to round 1, I believe. Also starting with an early kill from Slither, but Imperial did manage to finish it off. And this time I might say it was quite close.
Yeah, it's interesting. You look at the KD feeds in particular. That's what I like to focus on. We have a matchup like this. You see Slither catching a couple of kills, Moria caught Cookies. So Yuki even finding one. Emperor not able to find those picks they were looking for early, and otherwise Phantom 6-2 and 1 with a cap. Snooper 4 and 1 with a cap. Abbott 3 and 1. Great shooting coming in from Imperial. And again, what we'd expect from them, right? I mean, they are the #1 seed attendees. It's not out of pocket to see them playing this well here today, but it certainly is a good start for them. 5-0.
Absolutely. This is going to be, that extra round could be a deciding factor whether they place first or they place second place within the bracket range here.
Yeah, that is very true, because I think maybe the most important matchup to kind of look forward a little bit is going to be that Imperial versus Fortis matchup, which is coming up next round. We'll be covering that on this channel. We should be splitting back to 2 games, ideally. Hopefully the other team will have gotten their remaining 2 they needed and be playing throughout the rest of this round robin. Otherwise, we may have forfeits on our hands, because again, we were in position for Fortis versus Bad Boys, but Bad Boys didn't have their whole team available and ready to go on time, so they weren't able to play. I believe we had a forfeit for that at least first map. I don't know the details of the rest of the series, so we're going to stay on board Imperial and Slither for our next map, which looks like it's going to be Subway. We're going to see how Imperial does. I guess ultimately we may be following Imperial a little bit on this channel as we bounce around between games. But so far, attendees, UCC is at the very least pretty quick paced. I mean, Imperial going after downfall without really much time wasted.
Absolutely. I think Imperial kind of played a little bit more aggressive than they normally did, usually draining the clock down to around that last minute, 30 seconds, kind of that sort of area. The draining that time, it like I was saying over in VRML too, 6 minutes may not seem like a lot of time, but when you're in it, 6 minutes feels like 6 hours, 6 years, 6 whole minutes is a lot of time when you're in there.
It's a marathon, if anything, for these teams today, as they have to play the most competitive Onward they'll play all season, and have to play it all day. In some cases 3 to 4 hours, if not maybe 5, probably mostly 5 to 6 hours of Onward this afternoon for both all these teams. So it can be a stamina test, an endurance test, mental endurance test. And right now, pretty important map for Slither. They really need to bounce back here and find a way to at least get a couple of points on the board. The last thing they want, to your point, is to have another shutout. Because if that's the case, essentially it puts them out of contention for to advance on. And well, I suppose unless Fortis lose to I mean, maybe there's a path here, especially if Bad Boys are forfeiting. I don't know. You know, maybe there is a route where you could lose 2 maps and end up tying for map for that round robin second place. If that's the case, then to your point earlier, Tennies, yes, that's when some of these elements like rounds and difference in points do get to be the determining factor. At the end of the day, it's maps won that advance you on. But hey, like you said, every little point can be that key element when it comes down to it. And more than often, it feels like it is that key element. You know, we really do have some some pretty close series here in this round robin group stage. It's why we love to tune into the action. And yeah, Subway. What do we think here? What do the stats have to tell? What do the stats say for Slither on this map? It's 2 or 10 Bs, whoever can get to it first, I suppose.
Okay, so Imperial stats first. They played it 6 times this season, and what do you know? They won all of it. And we do have an 85% of rounds win here. On the other hand, yeah.
Yeah, pretty impressive coming in from Imperial. What does Slither have?
Yeah, they played it 9 times, won it 5 times. Rounds win percent is 57%.
Okay. So at least both teams familiar with the map this season. Ultimately, Imperial have the better scoreline, and the Tennies will jump into round 1 for Slither versus Imperial on map 2 Subway.
Absolutely. It's going to be the basement objective, which is a very easily defendable objective here for the Volk-sided advantage. It would appear that they're trying to shoot Emperor through the through maintenance stairs, sorry. But Meg Snooper is going to be right behind the Coke machine, listening out for anybody coming through Horseshoe here.
And up top, where we're focused, Snowboy, Yuki, and Coffee pushing in. Pushing out, Snooper does catch that kill. Yuki, but able to pick up a bit of utility.
Yuki trying to...
peek out there to catch Snooper. They've already tucked back into the stairwell. More utility coming in. That should at least provide Yuki some comfort in pushing, which may be false comfort as Snooper pops out to catch the kill, and that's a nice double for Imperial to kick things off. Slither having a tough start. As Emperor finally finds a kill for themselves. I think that's the first kill they've had this series to get on the board. And Imperial down 1.
3v4 situation. Sigmire now hearing that Abato got killed starts looking out through the platforms. Ooh. And a TK came in from Leo, but it was only in wound, so he was able to get rest here.
It's honestly hard to keep track of what is happening in this round because Slither are pushing as Corian catches Snooper. Then you also have like an advancement in the basement as Leo's trying to crash forward to the basement. You have Siegmeyer popping up, maybe potentially looking for some picks. And this aggressiveness from Imperial is seemingly costing them as Slither, playing things low and slow, are catching picks. They've gotten rid of the upstairs defense, and they're now really just have to position themselves to push down the 2 stairs. Siegmeyer, Leo, and Phantom on Imperial's side are the remaining 3 to hold things down. We'll have to see what their plan of approach is going to be, but for now, I think we get a little bit of a breather. Maybe the first one we've had really all series.
Absolutely. Emperor hearing Emperor and Leo able to hear each other trading off information here. Looks like Cookies is trying to look down the south stairs here, possibly looking for the pick off.
Interesting rotation from Corian on the backside, a little bit out of sync from the rest of the team, but maybe it will be synced up eventually. It's really going to come down to this team pushing as Corian may be entering from the basement, so they may hit all 3 entry points
Except me and Cookie and
simultaneously.
Newcomb running.
Again, that's going to take a lot of timing, knowledge, understanding. You don't want to waste utility while one person isn't able to capitalize on it. So you want to see what their plan of approach ultimately looks like. But I do think hitting all 3 entry points isn't a bad idea. It can be, of course. You can't end up just losing the round instantly because all 3 of you can die because you're all challenging individual opponents. But it can also go the other way. So maybe this will be how Slither get their first round. And it would be a nice one on offense, no less.
Well, I need a third one on North to push down.
Absolutely. Imperial now changing up from that aggressiveness that they showed at the start. They're not playing it super passive here, which could play off into their favor as they are dropping Slither's time here down to just under 2 minutes here before Slither has to make a move.
We got Leo on objective, Siegmeyer tucked
Smokes
in,
have doubled
and
down.
ultimately holding all of their angles. I think their weakest point of coverage is that south stair line, but I don't even know if they're going to end up pushing south stairs, because ultimately you do want to prioritize coverage of the north, because
Is
the
there a
north stairs are
phantom or
closer to
is
the
he
objective.
dead or
Pushing
alive?
out of the south stairs is a long way to go, and as we see, Cookies tries to rotate to the north, and Siegmeyer catches it out. Maybe Cookie should have used the smokes on the north side instead. Siegmeyer wouldn't have been able to identify them over the top there. But it does put Slither down to 2. Siegmeyer hears Emperor above them, so they'll be wary of another, potentially pushing down the north stairs. And ultimately, Corian going to be maybe the more important element of this offense. If they can kill Phantom, there's a hope of this defense going awry. What you don't want to have happen is Emperor die before that push can come in from the south.
Corian just barely avoids Phantom's line of sight. He tried to swing into the maintenance stairs. Down to 30 seconds here. Corian's got to make a move.
Yeah, time not on their side. Phantom is here. So close to having to pick, and down goes Phantom. Now Corian can push out. 10 seconds left as the push comes in. Siegmeyer goes down. Leo's the last one alive. 5 seconds left for Corian as Leo tucks into the corner, and time is going to get him rolled around. Smart way to play, and Corian unfortunately doesn't realize that the time is the issue. Almost perfectly executed by the remaining duo there from Slither. Nicely timed, just what they needed to do. But just a hair off, honestly. Maybe if they had pushed in from that basement position 5 seconds sooner, could have been a different story. But that's round 1 to Imperial's hands, Minsu, and that is 6 unanswered points.
Yep, it surely is. Well, we had a nice start off by Imperial actually pushing like all possible entry points. If you leave out that basement staircase, but well, that didn't play out so well since Slither did pick 1-on-1 and did make push into the. Well, they did got the hold of the level 1 platform, and well, they were, yeah, and I think only the downside of it was that they took too much time actually holding up on the platform, and well, it did get, yeah, they could have used a little more time on that push, since like we just saw, Leo just chose to tuck in and hide from sight of any possible shots or angles. It was like,
Well, if Idiot Cookies hadn't gone down in that swing onto the north side, because they had the 3v3. If they had just been able to keep that, then they would have had 2 pushing down those stairs. Maybe Leo would have gone down. Could have been Slither's round there. Either way, Imperial.
Yeah.
Continue their reign of terror.
I am going.
They go up 6-0. They go on the attack for this round, and I mean, if you're Slither, I mean, there's Caps a cap isn't a concern at this stage, right? I mean, I've seen it happen on this objective, but it is hard to do.
Absolutely. This is a Volk-sided objective, so if Slither was to just crash down and hold the objective purely, they would have a very, very good shot at just defending off the objective here.
That's not what they're doing, though. The Slither defense has spread out. They have pushed away from objective. If anything, they're banking on a upstairs push. They're quite literally anticipating that nobody is going to be stacked heavily in the basement. And we've seen teams push 4, 3 out that basement side. And they're lucky Imperial aren't doing that. Lucky, or they've done their research. And they know that Imperial don't typically send 5 into that basement side. And it seems that at least the Slither defense will be somewhat prepared for Imperial's push. They're going to send 2 down this catwalk side. They're going to send 2 down to Coffee, and 1 with Leo pushing down from the north. All of these angles are covered, and so it's a matter of time to see if Cookies gets naded. Flashed, comes around. Abbott pushes out. The nice 2-piece swing out. As Cookies is flashed still. Abbott able to get the kill, and that's just good play from Imperial there. Good utility uses. Abbott, I think, flashes themselves, so maybe not so good utility use. And Imperial are up early.
One key thing I don't think got picked up on your end was when Cookies was flashed, he was actually spamming his radio, which notified Corian that he needed to look up into Horseshoe there, as Corian now rotated around to get eyes on that northern Horseshoe there.
Nothing goes unnoticed or uncommunicated by these players, and smart play there to try and get some info out so that Abbott won't get a free entry down, but they
Go
do.
on South Train
Snowboy
platform.
Yuki drops their coverage as Abbott pushes down the stairs. Corian got shot, got down. No, doesn't
-1 North
see
Train.
Abbott here. Looked like the body was down. It was flopping around on the floor, but that's just Onward
I got
kinematics
him, I got
for
him,
you.
I got him.
As another goes down, Snooper catches Coffee. Yuki finally gets 1. As Imperial still have 4 strong. And again, objective super weak coverage on it right now if you think about it. All it is Emperor down there. If they just had 1 or 2 pushing the basement side, they could cap this.
And looks like Snowboy and Yuki trying to push out from inside red tunnels there, ends up getting picked up by Snooper and Abato. That leaves just Emperor on the objective in a 1v4 situation here.
Well, you know, Slither again qualifying in through the Challenger Cup, and they are certainly getting a welcome wagon into the top tier of the EU ladder. Imperial are not holding anything back here this afternoon, nor should they. It is the round robin, and you want to get all the points that you can. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and throw some smokes, some flashes. There's a route for a cap with 4 of them left alive if they have enough utility, because Emperor simply can't shoot enough bullets, unless they get lucky to kill everyone through a smoke. So I wonder what their play is going to be here. And on top of this, Imperial should have an accurate kill count. I don't think there was any unknown trades for them where they didn't know that they got a kill.
No, there had not been any trades here, so they had that accurate kill count. So maybe they're became more cautious for the C4s that could be placed around here. Abato tossing and a grenade into South Stair. It's not going to be able to pick anybody up, but it's going to tell Emperor that he's got somebody on that north staircase there. He needs to start looking more towards it.
To your point, that was, I think, a C4 diffusal grenade. If that grenade catches the C4, it'll blow it up. So I think that's what that was. They were trying to detonate any C4 on the other side of that ledge there.
Stigmeyer and Abato now have eyes down on that on the south stairs. Sorry, looking down towards OBJ. There could possibly pick off Imperial if they slowly go down that stairs. Abato now making his way down the stairs here. Imperial hears him. He's got to split his attention though.
they're just going to take the kill and take the round, because again, this cap is so hard to push out for. They've gotten 2 caps though. I mean, so I don't know. I think they would have cap on their mind. Maybe they're just trying to identify where Emperor is before they try and make the push. Now they're going to take the kill. Phantom will find it. Imperial will take the 2-0. And oh, what does that make it? 7 unanswered points coming in so far, Mitsu. Your thoughts on that effort from Slither?
Yeah, I think it was quite nice, but it was risky as you've mentioned before. They just placed 1 player to defend off the maintenance tunnel, but yeah, Imperial didn't actually send any attackers down there. They did, well, yeah, the defenses were set up pretty nice, but I might say there were some mistakes making, such as Yuki looking away on the exact honor time, it may be saying.
Onward timing, yep.
Yeah.
That's the saying for it.
Yeah, but things does happen, and at the point that Imperial like took the control the level 1 platform, well, things did push like things did happen in an instance. Imperial like cleared the entire platform, secured it, and then they, just like you said, they did have an accurate kill count, and they were like just searching for the last player on the defense side, and it did work out pretty well. The last defender was actually putting all his concerns on that staircase and didn't check the maintenance tunnel side, and well, that kill was fired from there.
Yeah, they ultimately had almost no maintenance tunnel coverage, and we find Imperial now going on the defense for our next round with Slither on the attack, trying to slither away with at least a round on the board. They don't want the full shutout. That full shutout may be the death sentence to them in their efforts here in this round robin. It could be the end of their season if they can't find some rounds here against Imperial. And that is no easy task, attendees. I mean, we're talking about the #1 team in the EU region against a team that qualified through the Challenger Cup. Granted, Slither, I think, was ranked 9th, so they were pretty close out, of that top 7 in not having to play in the Challenger Cup. But still, it is a tall order for them. And so far, they haven't gotten to, I mean, they've had a couple of kills here and there, but ultimately Imperial have just looked real strong today.
Absolutely, Imperial dominating the field. Slither has not been able to get a point on the board yet. Yuki trying to swing out for the trash can. He's not gonna be able to pick anybody up, but Coffee now running through main, possibly looking to see if he can get any bait out. Phantom hears all of this action going on, communicating over to Snooper with his radio clicks, telling him, hey, they're coming right down here.
Nice identification of the C4 from Coffee. That could have caught Emperor and Cookies out right there, but Coffee quickly catches it. Phantom on the corner and doesn't expect the fast push because the C4 should have been detonated, and Snooper comes out of the smoke before they go dead from all of the shots coming in from the entirety of Slither. Slither is stacked for a push onto objective. They may be looking for a cap attempt. They may be trying to surprise Imperial with pace as a heavy dose. Smoke from objective comes in. Neo blind fires through the smoke and actually catches one on a rotation as Yuki goes down. But the push is here. Counter flashes and flashes. Getting burst out. Neo calling out for help as Siegmeyer comes crashing back. Everyone defending the objective with blind fire through the smoke. Coffee catches another, and Siegmeyer on the short corner finds 1, 2, trades down, and finally, in chaos, Slither finds success. Maybe this is the strat we're going to see more of here. Mitsu, what a change of pace we've had from the slow, long, 30 seconds left in the rounds to, 2 minutes, and this round's over.
Yeah. Actually, I was quite surprised that Imperial didn't send anyone to check on the south staircase, or at least try to throw a flash there. Yeah, I actually was kind of expecting that kind of strategy here, since Imperial does have some. How may I say it? They do have like they have enough points stacked, and I think they were like holding this map. Like they were having the current on their side, and considering their playstyle, I really thought there would be some pushes there, but they didn't. And they only just placed a C4 on the main street, and which actually by Coffee of Slither, it was kind of diffused, and well, after that, well, it's like I said, they Slither stuck their effort on the main street, and yeah, they didn't get a cab on that one since because all through that blind fire and quick rotation from Imperial, but yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that stands out there is that play. Really got to pay attention to how well Imperial did rotate back. The call out, I think, was 6666 or 666, and then the whole team crashed back to the objective. Granted, there was only one player, I think it was Siegmeyer, who was away, who crashed back, but still the call out came in, and that is to your point, what saved them from losing that the lead ultimately and having this be a tie game. Slither coming out nice with that round, but now they have to go on the defense, and so far Imperial have played pretty strong offense when they've had the opportunity. So a big round for Slither here, because I mean, again, Tendies, do we expect the cap on this objective?
I think they're gonna try to go for that cap. They already have had sent flashbangs out, Coffee tossing flashbangs in return. They know that they're trying to go for the push out.
Oh, what a trade. Phantom catches the kill, but Coffee managed to huck an aid right on top of Phantom. And so both are fully dead, unresable, and it's a 4v4 called out by Abbott and identified so they know. Ultimately, coverage down towards objective feels weak to me with just Cookies here throwing nades. That was a beautiful nade onto the corner. Unfortunately, it goes to waste. And yeah, 4 tucked in around objective, waiting for Imperial to get to them.
Absolutely, I believe that trade there with Coffee there, I believe some would call that a martyrdom right there. With a 2 split now coming in from Leo and Obado, splitting off into main, whereas Sigmeyer and Snooper are trying to push through Sex Alley.
Super opens up the alley for advancement. It means they can get closer to the objective. Leo and Abbott still not quite pushed up. And Emperor is rotating back. Ooh, they could get this res because Corian is actually just below Super's line of sight. The stairs saving them there. So res comes in. A big res, a big nade. Catches Cookies, or no, maybe a C4 detonation? It looks like the C4 killed or downed Cookies in the chaos, and Yuki quickly peeks. And we have shots everywhere, from the alley to the C4 exploding, Snooper pushing in, Corian finding a kill. Imperial are down to 3, but so are Slither. As the push towards objective comes in, Corian catches Snooper out, and still Cookies getting pressured. Emperor and Corian away from OBJ, and it's going to come down to Abbott and Leo to push their way in. And again, the C4 killing a teammate. I think most C4s ended up downing Slither more than they downed Imperial.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be careful with your C4 or with your C4 detonations, not to pick up your teammates there, because just that simple C4 could be the difference between a game or server.
Okay, we work out.
Map 2, shaping up to be an exciting one, to say the least, as Slither finds their groove a little bit. Leo and Abbott, with, I would imagine, little utility left, have to push the sharp corner. Cookies and Emperor holding things down with a relatively good idea of where these two are. Idiot Cookies should have heard those comms between Abbott and Leo, and that information should be now relayed to Emperor, so everyone on both sides has all the info they need. We have a lot of time left, 3 minutes on the clock for them to either wait or rotate or poke. Who knows what the plan is here with the Imperial duo.
Absolutely. It looks like they're trying to drain out the time here. Maybe trying to get Slither to believe that they are trying to rotate out here. At least Obado is trying to rotate out to try to push from another direction.
Wonder So I think what Abbott's doing here is they drop back from the stairs to radio in their plan, so that they are as far away as possible from Slither, so that they don't hear the comms that were just radioed in there from Abbott, so that you can kind of strategize. It's all a matter of then, of course, of executing on that strategy, and again, it's just a matter of time before they have to push. He has tucked back to a tight corner, one that I would say is pretty meta, and Leo should be expecting or anticipating someone here. So throwing a nade, that's a peek flash, and they peek out. Leo goes down, Abbott's not going to bother with the res. They're going to keep pushing in, and that could have cost them. They do drop back, Leo's up, Emperor's still on the short corner. This is an easy cap. Imperial have this map right now, but the swing comes in from Leo. They take the kill. Could have been 4-0, 4-1, but it's 3-1. Slither get another life, and we go to a new OBJ. Mitsu, your thoughts on another points to Imperial?
Yeah, you know, I'm getting the suspicion of Slither actually tuning into our stream ever since last week. Yeah, we did saw that south staircase push I just mentioned earlier, which did play out quite well. I was surprised that it wasn't a flash that Coffee threw. It was a grenade. Anyway, by the looks of it, Imperial was anticipating someone pushing up, and they should have. As I said, it is a kind of a new strategy. It has been seen playing out a little while throughout the season, and well, actually there was a trade, but after that, yeah, Slither did make some mistakes, like mistaking their own teammates' footsteps as the opponents, and well, that did ended up blowing your teammates and also using up that C4.
We do have a little time here as Slither strategizes for the next attack. Quick shout out to everyone tuning in and is hanging out and enjoying the action here this afternoon. We have had a few follows come through. We appreciate those. A community sub gifted by Chacha Nobi, thank you so much. And Infused Power coming in with a 100-bit cheer. We appreciate that support. It ends up going back to the casting team, the production, and ultimately helps keep the lights on for VRML, so you can play and enjoy each of the leagues that you play in. Also, as a reminder, we do have a special announcement coming up at the end of the round robin. We are done and finished with round 3. We have a big announcement we're very excited about, so you do want to stick around for it. If you can, make sure you come back towards the end of the round robin so you do catch it, because again, it'll be at the end when we finish all of our 6 maps this afternoon. Back into the action we do go, though, with Slither on the attack and pushing quickly to this Stout stairwell position. Snowboy Yuki wasting no time as C4 catches the first kill for Imperial.
You got flashes and grenades coming in on Ali here, as that kill is going to alert Phantom. Emperor baiting out some shots here. Phantom's slowly pushing. He's going to be able to pick both Emperor and Corian up there. This is going to make it a 2v5 situation off the bat here for Slither. Abato giving a call out that they're inside Mayor. Mixed Looper ready for it. The grenade not gonna be able to pick up Abato, but Mixed Looper's gonna put it down. 1v5 situation here. Cookie's last one inside of main here. He knows Abato is inside the trash can area, holding that angle. Abato slowly coming over to peek it. He's gonna see it. Ooh, and he's gonna be able to pick off Cookies there. 4-1 going to Imperial.
The perfect start for Imperial. Well, almost perfect. They didn't completely shut out Slither, but still 9-1 as the full score line for our first 2 maps. I suppose I wonder. I'm thinking if we had a forfeit on the other side, Fortis are actually probably 8-0. I imagine they got 2 4-0s on the forfeits. I don't think you get a 5-0 on a forfeit. And so, if anything, Imperial with that extra cap, that extra point, have set themselves aside from their opponent, who is now, I suppose, in a similar capacity to them, Fortis. We will be going into that as our next matchup, but Mitsu, before we do, your quick thoughts here as we sign off for round 1.
Yeah, awesome plays played out by both teams. I might say that Imperial side they like pushed out a little far on the main street, but holding their position on the back alley. C4 placing there, which is kind of a normal thing to do, and could be expected. Slither did choose to go straight through it, and well, they had the chance of pushing in the back alley since C4 did down one of their teammates. It did cost them 1 player, but yeah, C4 went off. They won't be expecting any more C4, so they just push it up. Utilities flying here and there. Actually didn't flash Phantom Operator, I believe, was it? Who was defending the back alley, and Phantom got the kills, double kills, and well, the control was suddenly all over Imperial. They were holding the entire round, and well, it did pay off.
Yeah, it did indeed. A 9-1 victory. Attendees, we look forward to our next matchup, and I think that's going to be round 2. Again, live here will be Imperial versus Fortis. If you want to catch that matchup, do stick around. We're going to go to a brief break as we sort things out and get ready for round 2 of the round robin. 4 more maps to be played out, and a big announcement at the end of the stream. So don't go anywhere. We got a lot more to cover.
Welcome back, everyone. Apologies for that very long wait there, waiting for the matches to finish up and scores get submitted and all of that fun stuff in the background coming in. Right now, we got this Bad Boys versus Slither matchup here. Now, this match is going to be a very peculiar one in the sense that these teams actually haven't gone against each other they went against each other one time at the final last season matchup here, where Bad Boys ended up winning just barely, getting a 9-8 win over Slither here. And as we're getting the lobby up here, it looks like the first matchup here is going to be on everyone's favorite map. If it wants to maybe play. There you go. It's going to be on everyone's favorite map, Subway. Now, on Subway here, they're actually for Bad Boys, my apologies. Subway, they actually have played it 7 times. They've won it 5 out of those 7 times, picking up a 25% round, or no, 25 rounds total won, having a 61% round win percentage on this map. Whereas on the flip side here, Slither has played Subway, and they're just coming off of playing Subway too, so they're gonna be nice and warmed up for it. They are actually 9-5 on Subway, or played 9 times, won 5 times, with a 27 round win total, picking up a 57% round win percentage here. This is relatively an equal match for both teams here, as they both have each experience down on the maps here. In addition to that, it's not their best, but it's also not the worst map played for both sides. But judging by both each side's round or map stats, I should say, it appears that Slither still mainly likes CQC. They're a bit more well versed in maps of all sizes. However, they more prefer CQC, whereas Bad Boys actually heavily favors CQC, with their best map being a Shipyard, playing it 6 times, winning it 6 times, with the 76% round win percentage there. Well, this is going to benefit Bad Boys in this case, since they heavily like CQC. Subway is a relatively small to maybe a medium angle or 2 size of a map here, so that's going to give them all the more range to be able to throw down and absolutely smash down on the objectives here. And when they get especially close in areas like the basement area, or even on the likes of Horseshoe, they can either go 6 Alley or Main. These are all going to be close CQC areas here that they're going to have to try to run in through. Slither, however, has played this map in the round 1 of the round robin here for Group A. Bad Boys had to unfortunately take a forfeit due to one of their players not being ready. He was late. Unfortunately, they had to take a forfeit. But Slither just played Imperial on here, and they end up losing 1-4. However, that is still going to give them a little bit more of a benefit in terms of they're going to be nice, warmed up, ready to play down on this map here. To top it off, Slither actually holds the better map stat for actually between these two teams when it comes down to Subway. But now let's take a look at these rosters here for tonight. So far on the Slither side of things, they currently have Coffee, Bernie SR, Emperor, Corian, and Idiot Cookies. Now, that was the same roster. They ended up swapping somebody out. I don't remember who off the top of my head, but they ended up swapping somebody out for Bernie here. Bernie could be their more CQC esque type of a person, and could hold their highest potential here for taking in these maps in here. Unfortunately for Bad Boys, they are still waiting for one person to show up here, and they still need to get the plans out here. Now this is going to give Slither a little bit more time here to plan out, get a well thought plan on the board, being able to talk things through, because with Bad Boys, even with just their fourth person, they're gonna have to explain everything over again to that fifth person that would end up coming in here, and they need to what's the best word I'm looking for here? Strategize. I think that's what we're gonna go with. They need to strategize more clearly with all of their teammates, grasping in all of the ideas here. And it looks like actually Bad Boys is going to start this off here on a 4v5 in situation here. Let's go listen into Bad Boys here. They're having their nice little fun listening to Slither here. It's basement objective again. This can be a very tight OBJ played, or it can be a very loose one played, but this is definitely the more Volk-sided objective here. Let me turn this brightness down for you guys. There you go. But this could be a very easily Volk-sided OBJ here. Coffee getting aggressive and pushing through red room here. Eddie right on the other end here. Looks like they're gonna go for the trade. Coffee's gonna pick that kill up here, making this a 5v3 off the bat here. Eli down on the other end here. He's looking out towards where his teammate here, Eddie, just got killed. Coffee though holding his angle there. Looks like Kima and Filipino are now pushing down the south stairs here. Slowly looking for an angle, peeking through. They're not going to be able to see anything, although they could hear cookies down on the other end in the basement, which could signal which could allow cookies to signal up to Emperor that he's got people in the north stairs there. Emperor still holding down on his angle. He's having to fluctuate between both Horseshoe and the south stairs here, which is going to give the sound signal, I should say, to Filipino that there is one inside a red tunnel there. Filippo, slowly making his way through here. Though he's making a good bit of noise here. He's not walking as slow as he possibly could be. That could signal off to Emperor here, who's looking for a potential pick here. Cycling through, looking around. He's not seeing anything. We're now swinging out here. Ooh, just barely dodging here. Filipino shoots. He's not going to be able to get that kill off. Emperor going to be able to get him. He's only wounded though. Kima coming back in. He's looking for that possible kill. Ooh, and he's going to be able to get off Kima. They're leaving Eli in a 1.5v5 matchup here. Eli still slowly trying to make his way down through maintenance here. Unfortunately, that is now Corian, actually, or Coffee, sorry, right behind him. He's going to get that flashbang out. That flashbang is going to be right on Eli. Coffee swinging it. He's going to go for the knife kill. Coffee, you didn't have to do him like that. That's going to be the first point there going towards Slither here and the subway matchup here. Oop, I accidentally just reset everything. Whoopsie. Caster error, yes, haha. We can all laugh. There we go. Yeah, the fourth, not the fourth, but the fifth person that's still missing off from Bad Boys here is a very crucial player here. They could have potentially actually stood a good chance for the objective. However, without that 5th person, Bad Boys stood at a very, very badly disadvantaged area here without having the numbers here to play with. However, Bad Boys is going to be able to have their turn now defending the basement objective here. It could play off into their favor. If they played a tight grasp down onto the objective here, they could potentially win this as a 4v5 here. And looks like next round is now going back underway here. Let's tune in. Eddie tossing the C4 clacker to Filipino. Looks like Eddie is going to try to push down through the maintenance tunnel here, letting him know, hey, if you see me die, clack the C4 there. Eddie getting nice tucked in inside of maintenance. Unfortunately, though, looks like nobody's going to want to push into the maintenance there. And they're all going to go through either horseshoe or they're going to try to shoot through the north stairs here. This is going to leave them a nice big opening to try to crash down onto the objective here for Slither. Having horseshoe completely locked down. Emperor slowly crouching up with Bernie here. Bernie accidentally misfiring. That's going to give away their north approach here. That's going to signal down to Eli that he's got some company coming over. Eli is still tucked in behind the soda machine here. He's now one to risk a potential pick-off here. Bad Boy is still just tucked away, not one to get any sorts of greedy. Coffee looking through the staircase, potentially trying to look for a pick. Bernie saying that he's going to go down towards the south side here. Looks like he's going to try to go through maintenance. He's got to be careful for Eddie there, who's tucked in behind the boxes here. He's waiting for somebody to try to run around that corner here. That could signal off to Slither, though, however, that he's got a player still coming over. Filippo tucked in, still sticking. Bernie pre-firing around these corners here. He's not actually going to be able to get anything with that, and Eddie was not baited about by his shots here. Eddie still just tucked in, waiting on this corner here. Bad Boys not giving an inch, not moving a muscle. They are waiting for them to push through here. Game having a C4 nice and ready. Actually don't know where that C4 was placed here. Flashbang's gonna go down here. Counter flash, or counter grenade actually, it's gonna come out. That's not gonna be able to pick anything up. And Slither now down on the objective. Eddie and Bernie are gonna trade off. Coffee is gonna get baited out. Eli trying to swing through. He's not gonna be able to pick anything up. Idiot now pushing down through the south stairs. He's gonna swing onto Filippo. Filippo's gonna get him out. But Corian still down on the stairs. Emperor now onto the objective here. They have an opportunity to cap Kima. Now taking out Filippo, the last person on live here. Corian is not gonna be able to pick him up, but Emperor is actually gonna be able to pick them up there. Emperor being able to take a nice little 3K there for the round. And boy, what an action that last part was there. 2-0 going towards Slither here. Sorry. Yep, the first round here going towards Slither. Now these 2 rounds still could get completely wiped out if Bad Boys just captures the objective here. They have quite a lot of time to work with, and they have plenty upon plenty of opportunity here. We've seen it happen before when down and out in a 0-3 situation. The underdog of that map ends up coming back, taking the map 4-3. It's possible. We've seen it happen. I think it could very well happen here. Slither, not really one to give that opportunity here towards Bad Boys. Still, especially with Bad Boys being still in a 4v5 situation here. This could just give Slither the perfect opportunity that they need here in order for them to win here. It's well and good. It is a very strong potential here. Honestly, I think Bad Boys is gonna get their 5th at the last second, and they're gonna get their sponsor, or not the sponsor. They're gonna get their 5th person here at the last moment, which is then gonna allow them to be able to come back here in that 4-3 situation here. All right, we got the next round going underway here.
Okay, double remember, whatever you do, you will not be able to do that for me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna.
Just one thing, if I
we
shoot
go.
on the stairs, please do not throw stone on me. You are going to
Yeah.
get killed.
Take this,
We
and
haven't got
if I
rope.
die, you blow it up. Okay? If I die, blow up.
Still 4v5 here. Like I'm about C4 strategies. It's a really good potential here. Looks like Bad Boys is gonna have a strong push up into the north here. That could get cut off by Emperor and Coffee. Emperor now getting aggressive here, tossing a flashbang over. Or sorry, that was actually a C4 over. Ooh, that C4, I don't know. It's just barely on that edge there. It could end up actually not being able to pick anybody off here. Eddie returning with a flashbang, trying to bait out that C4 detonation. It's not going to end up working here. Emperor slowly waiting. He knows that there's going to be somebody trying to push down the corner here. Eli getting behind the trash can. Slowly and slower. Emperor swinging it. He's not going to be able to pick anybody up here.
One on me.
Emperor swings it. He's going to pick up Eli. Eddie coming in for a refact potentially.
Blow up, blow up, blow up.
He's going to be able to pick up Eddie here, but they're still looking to blow it. He's going to... Bernie's going to clack that C4 off, only wounding Eddie, though. Coffee still coming through. There was another C4 there, I think. Something. Kima is actually going to be able to pick up Cookies here, who is chilling down inside of the staircase here, making this a 3v3 situation here. Corian still inside of the tunnels here. He could pick off Kima if he sees him oh so very clearly. But Eddie is going to be revived here by Filippo. Coffee still swinging up on the staircase here. He has a great potential. Coffee is swinging up. He's going to be able to pick up Eddie. He's keeping him pinned down so he can pick off there. Filippo now up here. He's going to toss a flashbang. The flashbang is not going to be able to pick anybody off. Coffee, he's swinging it. He's going to be able to pick that off. And this is now a 3v1 situation here for Kima. Woo. That is a lot of action and a lot of short time. Kima running through the platforms here. Corian still staying tucked away inside of the train car there, sorry. Kima now pushing up and through. Corian, he's going to be able to hear all of those footsteps potentially. It's going to signal down to him that, hey, somebody needs to look out at the staircase here. Nobody's fun to crash through. Coffee now crashing back down towards the objective. He's coming through. Kima slowly peeking his head over. Coffee not paying attention. He's going to get picked off here by Kima, but he's only wounded, so Coffee could still give the call outs here. Kima now finishing him off. Bernie swinging this corner. Not going to be able to pick anything up. Corian now crashed into the train car. Now looking at the staircase there. Potentially waiting. Kima tossing a smoke over the staircase. That's going to blind off Corian, but Corian's going to have to push out here. Kima now running down to the other staircase. Corian's going to be able to hear all of that running. He's going to be able to set up for it. Kima slowly looking over now. Ooh, and Corian is just barely going to be able to see him. Just barely saw him. That's going to give a 3-0 lead for Slither here. Now, Bad Boys, they had it at the start there. They were in a 3v3 situation here, but unfortunately, foolish mistakes brought that map loss down to them. Potentially, we're now in that 0-3 situation here, where Bad Boys could get their fifth person, who would then allow them to, come back here. I can smell the comeback here. But while we're waiting for each team to slowly plan out their objectives here, let's take a word from our sponsors here. ProTube has been a very, very gracious and grateful sponsor for VRML. ProTube VR provides the best VR rifle mounts and VR accessories. Help stabilize your aim in a game by picking up a MagTube gun stock. Put your controllers into cups that magnetically connect to a fully adjustable stocks. Or if you want to add to the immersion, you can check out the Force Tube with haptic feedback to enhance any virtual shooting experience. With a variety of other products ranging from Beat Saber to joystick mounts, ProTube VR is your one-stop shop for controller peripherals. And we thank ProTube every day for being a grateful and gracious sponsor for VRML here. Each side, I think Bad Boys potentially have taken a timeout here. Let me double check here. No, I do not have any word back as if they've done that. Yep, nope. A round is actually gonna go here. Oops, sorry. Sorry, wrong transition. Here we go. We'll listen in just a little here.
Oh, this is nice. Woody.
What I used to do is gonna be more step by step.
868-455.
Got a strong northern push here from Slither. Eddie gonna be able to potentially slice him in half here. Flashbang's gonna trade off here. Emperor pushing through. Eddie now pushing back through the stairs. Emperor trying to pre-fire around that corner. Is not gonna pick anything off, but that's gonna allow Eli and the rest of Bad Boys to know there's somebody coming through. Emperor flashbang over. I think that did pick up Eddie, or Eli, sorry, but nothing to that. Eddie now tossing a C4 out on the bottom of the stairs here. That has a great potential frag coming in. That's not gonna pick anybody off there. We're still looking through. Eli is gonna pick off Cookies, but Emperor is gonna get that refrag here. Corian actually wounded here. Bernie is still now a 3-on-3 situation here. Emperor now slowly just on the tip of the stairs here, potentially looking for a kill here on Filippo. Corian's gonna revive here. Bernie. Nothing coming out just yet. Emperor still looking through. Smokes coming in from Slither here. But they still haven't, Kima still has not approached on the outsides here. Slowly looking around the corner. He's a little too late. Coffee has pushed into the train, or just on the train tracks here. It's going to allow him to see out towards OBJ. Ooh, Bernie's actually going to see Kima. He's going to be able to call on Emperor. Picks off Eddie too. This is a 2v4 situation here. Kima tossing a grenade out here. That's not going to be able to pick anybody off, unfortunately. Coffee now coming on the approach here for Kima. Each side backing off here. Coffee getting a flashbang. Oh, but that flashbang is just going to be a little too short. Filippo spraying through the smokes here. Can't pick each other off. They're so close. Philip tossing another flash on the corner. Kima and Coffee are going to trade here. Emperor flash. Filippo, the last one alive on the objective. He's going to swing out. And Emperor is going to be able to pick him off. A 4-0 win for Slither here. 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 4-0 win for What a great first map for Slither. They originally were down and out on the first go around of things, but now they are a very, very strong start here. Let's get them their well-deserved point. So with that, that is going to make Slithers now having a first map of the entire day. But Bad Boys are still down and out with a 0-3 situation here. Gotta wait for the next lobby to come up here. I actually don't really have a prediction on what the next map could be. I don't know it. I think it could go either way. We don't know what the bans were for either side here. We just played a small map. I think it's gonna have to come down to something medium to long range. I think that's what it'll end up coming down to. I think this is going to go to Downfall. That's going to be my vote. I'm thinking this is going to be another Subway Downfall combo here for Slither. Oh man, the lobby just came up, and you'll never guess what the second map is gonna be. It is the one, the only Downfall. What did I look? I'm on a prediction streak right now. I chose these maps here. If you tuned into the pre-show earlier, I also predicted for this to possibly swing over into Fortis's favor. Fortis taking a 2-map lead already in the first round due to Bad Boys having to unfortunately take a forfeit for round 1. But round 2 here, they've been able to come in and at least play the maps here. Now that could benefit them highly, or it could impact them very negatively. I think it's going to be a very, very close toss up here, because it could still swing into either direction, but it also should swing out to a very playable objectives here for Bad Boys, as they can then play it very, very small. They can play it very, very tight. They don't have to worry about big major crashes coming out. All they have to do is just play the objective and not get a little too aggressive, too peaky with their angles here. Waiting for each team to make out their plan. Bad Boys still down their 5th player here. Each roster is still the same. No major changes, I should say, have been done. So I think it's still a possibility this could swing out into favor for Slither here. All they have to do is get these 4 round wins, and they could still potentially line up for the next rounds out here. Now, what I find interesting is Downfall is actually Bad Boys' best map pick. They do have the most round win percentage, I should say, between the two sides, which can play into a very, very good cause for them. Even with just 4 players, it's still, like, I mean, like I keep saying, it's still very playable. It's still very winnable, which could play very, very heavily into favor of Bad Boys here. And it looks like we're gonna have the first round underway here. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Right. Everyone just run to your border and take a sprint. Especially you back there. Go.
They're having a nice little fun time. Let's listen in over here. Nothing too major. Each team now splitting into a 2-3 defense here. So some looking on this south approach here. Ooh, Eddie's gonna be able to see the heavy southport. Shoot, I'm stuck. They're gonna be able to see the heavy south approach coming in from Slither here. However, he was not able to get a pickup of a kill, unfortunately. Coffee now getting inside of Center OBJ. It is a possibility. He could see off somebody. He could see off Eli. If not Eli, he could see off Kima if Kima gets a little bit too aggressive in their peeking here. Coffee is the one with the sniper on their team. So it is a strong possibility. Eli now moving into the church here. Each side now playing it very slow and very passive. Eli now swinging that corner. He's going to be able to get that pick off on Coffee, who is just standing in the middle of the window there. It's going to give 88 Cookies the knowledge that there's somebody right over at their church there.
Southwest, sorry.
Eli taking the shots here. He's not going to be able to catch anything with that. Eli having a very pivotal position here over at the church here. Grenades coming out from Cookie, but that's not going to be able to pick anybody up. Return grenade coming in from Eli. Ooh, that's not going to be able to pick anyone up as well. Still playing it very, very passive here. Eli potentially looking for the second pickup and onto Cookies. He's not going to be able to see it here. Unfortunately, Bernie is going to be able to get that angle down onto Eli here. The north approach is open now to be pushed. Emperor now trying to pinch them down into the south here. He's not going to be able to see anybody with that pickup there. Corian now prone under the truck here, trying to look out for his pickoff. He's not going to be able to see anything. Soon back into Emperor here. Ooh, Eddie is going to go down to Emperor, but he's only wounded. Eddie is going to be able to give those crucial call outs still to his teammates. Kima now still... Yeah, he's now looking out towards the Twin Towers here. Possibly looking for that pickoff. Emperor now dipping into the valley here. Bernie having a... Oh, almost just avoiding each other. Kima still inside of lower dumpster. He's not gonna be able to see anything behind him. Emperor pushing through the valley here. He's gonna be able to come up on the other side here and possibly get that pickup on Filippo, if not on Kima as well. Oh, but he doesn't see him, and Kima's gonna knock him down. That's gonna make this a 3v2 at the very least. Ooh, Corey and Cookies now pushed up here. Smoke's coming out to start to allow them to approach up on center here. Filippo taking shots at Bernie here. He's not going to be able to get the pick up here, but Bernie is going to be able to get the call out. Bernie getting that call out there of where Filippo is. Kima still inside of lower dumpster here, second floor. He's still trying to look out for that north approach here. Smoke's coming in from Cookie to allow him to be able to push up here. Kima now dropped to the corner of the walls here. Just barely looking for the pickups here. Kima, oh, accidentally dropped the frag too short. Oh, unfortunate frag grenade. That's going to be able to give out his location, though. Kima taking shots over at Bernie. Not going to be able to pick that kill off yet. Kima pushing out. Not going to be able to get anything out here. He's back into the corner here. Corian could potentially see him. Corian having a second floor peek onto the objective, but he's not going to, you know, he's inside of the objective. Ooh, but Cookies and Kima both double trade here. Filippo now getting call out information. Corian going to be able to revive Cookie for free here, leaving this now in a 3v1 situation here. Filippo, last one on OBJ here. He's going to be able to potentially get that peek off on Bernie, but most importantly, Slither is now going to have the opportunity to slowly come up to the OBJ. Idiot is going to go down to Filippo. Smoke's coming in from Bernie onto the objective here. Smoke is going to be just a little bit short here. No pickup here. Bernie, however, looking through, possibly getting that pick off there. He's going to be able to get that pick up. 1-0 to start it off there for Slither. Woo! Man, is that a ton of fun there. Let's give them their rightful point here. What a round. It was relatively passive, but it was a more or less passive aggressiveness for Slither here. They're gonna be able to keep going here, keep on trucking along here. I think Slither is still gonna be able to take that map up now. I think I gotta change my vote up. Slither is gonna be able to take the map. Very, very crucial map point for Slither coming in there. This is going to be the kickoff here for what could potentially be the ultimate downfall for Bad Boys, or it could be the potential motivation that they need to be able to come back into this round here. Who knows? But round 2 is now underway. Let's listen into Bad Boys from here. Still strategizing there. Slither have a nice little fun time here. Coffee going up onto the rocks here. Rest of Slither getting into a very crucial angles here. Eddie not being able to see anything, but Filippo taking shots at Cookies here. Eddie going to be able to actually wound Emperor here. But Corian's gonna be able to get that revive off just in time. Oh, that brings it back up to a 5v4 for Slither. Slither now knows where Bad Boys spawned at, which is gonna be crucial into readjusting for the defense here. Corian is holding off on this corner here. Smoke's coming in from Bernie, I believe. And now another smoke coming in from Eddie here, trying to block off the approach here so they can slowly move up. Corian tries to peek that corner. He's not going to be able to peek it, but Corian is going to be able to get that kill off on Eddie here, making this a 3v5 situation for Bad Boys now. Eli now tucked inside of the first floor of Center 3. Potentially looking for that pickup on Corian. Oh my god! Coffee ends up getting a kill on to Eli there. What a beautiful kill. Kima now knows that he's up there. He's trying to get that pick off, but he's not going to be able to do that. 5v2 situation for Slither. Slither having themselves in a beautiful spot here in terms of being able to win the second round here. Still looking for that sniper pick off. Filippo now running across into the heli HQ. Could be looking for a wide north flank potentially. Filippo trying to get the kill off on Cookies, but he's not going to be able to get it, but that's going to allow Filippo to know that he's got somebody over there. Coffee going to be able to get that pick up on Filippo now. Filippo down and out. Kima, the last one for Slither here. Coffee. Oh my god. Coffee being able to get a 3-piece this round with the SV98 on a 12x. Beautiful, beautiful round there. That was fantastic for Coffee. We haven't seen the SV98 played that much, but when you see it played, it is a crucial play for especially long-range maps like this. Slither now in a 2-0 stance. They are going to go back on the attack into one of the quicker objectives into lower dumpster here, especially if Slither gets quick spawn here, which is right behind West Brothel. If they end up getting that spawn, they could end this early on a 4-0 shutout with the cap on the objective against Bad Boys here. It is a very strong potential, but we still have to wait and see this out. I think Bad Boys is trying to find out, do they have what it takes within them to, you know, be able to take this other round, be able to take the start making a comeback streak coming alive for them. Next round starting underway here. We're about to find out really soon and really quickly. So they're not having that quick spawn though.
Wrong highness. Nope, right, this one.
This time.
So where do we go?
We're gonna push through canyon.
So they're pushing through the valley here, as they were calling it out here. Eddie could potentially be able to thwart them off here. Eddie going for a wide push out of OBJ here. Eddie in a very good and very strong power play here. Eli is going to actually be able to see Emperor. He's going to get that pick off here. This 4v4 situation here. That's going to tell Eddie now he's got company back here. Eddie looking through. He's trying to see if he can maybe pick off Corey, and he's not going to be able to see him there. The rest of Slither has now pushed through Coffee back up into the Twin Towers here. Now he's been able to snipe around here very strongly. Oh, he's just barely going to get picked off by Kima here. That's going to drop their sniper. A 3v4 situation here. Now for Slither. Slither's got to dial it back and be able to get these pickoffs. Else they're not going to go through. Cookies now making his way into the valley. This could be for good or for worse here. Brittany pushing up now into south Twins here, looking for a pickup potentially. He's not going to be able to see anything just yet, although he may be able to pick off Eddie, who could try to pixel peek the window. Bernie now coming into the window overlooking towards OBJ.
I'm on twins.
Swinging out, looking for a potential pick maybe. Eddie not going to be able to see anything. Although Filippo getting slightly more peaky by the second here. Kima is gonna spot Bernie up into the town or inside South Twin there. He's gonna take the shots, but he's not gonna be able to get that kill there. He's still gonna be able to get that info over to Eddie, saying, "Hey, there's still people in the Twins building here." Eddie could peek that window out and potentially pick off one or maybe two people here. Eddie's still making sure his backside is covered. He doesn't want to give that angle in case there's a flanker. Bernie inside of the window here that could allow him to get the pick off on Bernie.
I'm going to go to white with you.
Bernie rotating out here. All of Slither now inside. If you're, oop, Corian drops just a little bit too far. Cookie's now making his run across here. Objective is relatively open for a capture here, although Eli is inside of the church, looking outside of the outside of Valley here. Idiot taking over. He's not gonna be able to get the kill. Kima's gonna spot him. He's gonna take his shots, but he's not gonna be able to get the kill there. Eli is now gonna have that information there in the alley, or there in the valley here. Still swinging out here, looking for the kill. Smoke's coming in to the White House. Bernie running through for it. Ooh, Bernie just barely making his way inside of White House here. Cookies now know that there's one inside of the church here. He swung to try to see it. He's not going to be able to see it. Cookies now swinging again. Both sides looking right at each other. They're not able to see each other. Oh my god. Cookies, you can see him. Cookies still swinging up early. Eli is not going to see him take the shots at him. Cookie still jiggling it. A smoke grenade coming deep and in to block off Eli, but that's not going to be far enough here. Unfortunately, that's still going to cut him off. Cookie still jiggling it. Eli calling out the jiggle peek here. Cookies still trying to look for it. Ooh, just barely on the last bullet. Oh, and a grenade launcher kill on to Eli there. 2v3 situation here. Filippo. Last one directly on the objective here. If they're able to take out Filippo, they could potentially run into the objective. Ooh, Kima's going to be able to pick off Bernie here. It is now a 1v3 situation here. Corian, the last one up for Slither. He's got to make a big push here soon. Kima's going to be able to see him. Potentially thinking, oh, Kima runs just barely out of bullets here. He's going to be able to get that call out here. Kima now having to look for the spare magazine. Corian now making his way up into White House here. Looking for a potential pickup. Ooh, just barely dodging out of Kima's line of sight here. Corian just dodging through. Eddie still looking through the window now into the White House window. This could be the kill if Corian doesn't swing it out too far. Eddie has not made a sound this entire round here. 30 seconds. Corian's got to make a big push. Smoke's coming out. Corian's ran back into the valley here. Bad Boys looking to put their first point on the board here. Corian doesn't have enough time here. That's it. Corian does not have enough time. Corian running out. He's going to run right into Eddie's line of sight. And Bad Boys is going to be getting on the board with a 1 point deficit against Slither here. Now, hey, I think I may have just said something a little too soon here. I think they're now going to be able to run it out. There's a very strong potential that there's a very strong potential they could do it. Bad Boys still inside of their... Bad Boys still having a one-man down. They're still in that 4v5 for them. We just saw them play the objective here. Just played their tight angles here, and they were able to play him out for the time frame, ending it in a 3v1 situation for Slither, or for Bad Boys, sorry. Now,
You put it on
round
and you send it
underway
down,
here,
and it sides like a
listening
line
to
layout.
Slither.
Ready.
Let's focus. Let's focus. We're gonna lose another
Who's
point.
going to the right? I'm going. Hold. Do you hold? You hold.
They're coming in here. Bad Boys actually having the better of the three spawns, in my opinion. Being able to get up into twins here very early on. Be able to get a few picks out here to start off. Two people pushing into Center Hotel. It looks like that was Corian and Bernie. Emperor is actually going to get wounded off here by Eli off the battle here. But he's not going to... Eli is not able to get that finish here. Emperor getting the call-outs at the very least. Eli now pushing down through. Emperor still wounded, so he's going to be able to give these call-outs to the rest of his teammates, which are going to be more valuable than anything here. Eddie inside of the valley here, pushing across, potentially. Frag grenade coming in from Eddie, but that's not going to be able to hit anything. Sorry, that was a smoke. That's going to block off Corian inside of the window there. Bernie still on the downslope, or on the downstairs portion of the objective building here. Getting absolutely sprayed down here by Filippo on an LMG. That LMG is going to be such a crucial play here. Eddie now tossing a smoke onto the objective area. They still have to worry here about... They still have to worry about another player still playing down. Corian still on the objective. Eddie now pushed across here, potentially looking for a cap. Eddie running into the first floor here. Bernie not paying attention. He's gonna be able to get that pick off. Eddie going in for trying to send the uplink. Eddie is capping right now. Oh, Eddie, get the cap. You can get the cap. Oh, and the objective is going to get Caster. Oh, like I said, 1 point is all they needed. 1 point. Now that is going to put Bad Boys in the lead against Slither here on a 3-2 situation. It is still possible Slither could come back with a capture of their own, ending off the series here. But as it stands right now, it is 3-2. Bad Boys in the lead with a big capturing of that objective. Bad Boys still not having that fifth player here, which would be a very crucial component inside of their matchups here. But the score still remains 3-2. Bad Boys in the lead. Bad Boys, all they have to do is just play a hardcore defense on the objective, and they still could pull it off. They still have quite the opportunity here to be able to make a miraculous recovery here and be able to beat off Slither in a 4v5 situation nonetheless, which is no challenge, or which is no easy feat. It is a very difficult thing to do. Slither getting a little too cocky there. They decided they wanted to play a little bit of a looser defense, and they paid dearly for that. Oh, we have a potential round decider underway. Let's listen in here to Slither.
Come on,
So we're going heavy. Yeah. Okay. Do we have a sniper in here? Yep. Oh, they gotta go up in the white.
I'm not done.
Right, okay, wait, us.
Yeah, do not run on that side. We'll be alright. Also, don't rush it.
given away. I need someone with better focus here.
Remember pushing up into the half wall here. Filippo inside of the heli here. He's gonna have the best eye onto any Slither opponent right now. But he's more focused out towards the to the north or to the east, sorry. Expecting an east approach here, which could cost him if he doesn't play it too careful. Now nobody's played the heli here, so Slither may not expect somebody to sit inside of it. Very slow defensive start, or an offensive start here from Slither. 5 minutes remain. Oh my god, a beautiful GL is going to be able to pick off Filippo here, but he's only wounded. They still have to get the finish on him. Filippo is going to be able to get the call-outs here for his teammates at the very minimum.
Let's go on the right side.
Shots coming in here from Eddie, who's now pushing back to the objective. He's given up his position here. Filippo is not going to be able to get rezzed here by any of his teammates. However, he does have a good potential here for giving out these callouts. Bernie now pushing inside of center 3 here. He's going to be able to go up on the second floor. Eddie trading shots off here with Emperor, I believe that was. No, sorry, that was Cookie he was trading off the shots with. He's not going to be able to pick anything up. Smoke's coming in from Emperor. It's going to potentially allow him to cross through.
Outside.
A deep grenade comes in here from Kima, but he's not going to be able to pick anybody up with that. Emperor pushing across, now joining Bernie inside of center 3. Bernie, second floor of center 3, trying to trade off these shots here with Kima. Emperor pushing all the way up now. He doesn't know that Kima's there. Grenade coming in, that's going to be just barely missing off. Kima Coffee is going to finish off Filipino. Emperor Kima now trading off. Ooh, and a trade is going to happen there. 4v2 situation now. Eddie, last one up on the east, on the north side. Eli, last one up on the west side. Sorry, flip those. Eddie is the last one up on the west side. Kima, Eli's up last one up on the north side. They have a very peculiar angle here. Bernie is still up on the third floor here, so if he peeks through and Eli comes around that corner from where he's sitting at, just at lower red, he could potentially get picked off here. Flashbang's going to come out, but nobody's going to get picked up by that.
Yeah, it is.
Rest of Slithers now joining Bernie here. Very peculiar. Eddie sitting behind the trash can, doesn't want to give out too much information. He wants to stay nice and tucked in. Still a possibility here. It's only a 4v2 situation. Rest of Slither is going to just sit there at center 3 getting these callouts and trying to get the information. Smoke's coming in by Coffee. And right back to where the trade happened with Kima. Bernie making his cross. Ooh, Eli's going to be able to pick him up. That's going to allow Coffee now to know that he's there. 3v2 now. Coffee's still looking for it. He's not going to be able to get the pick up. He's going to keep Eli nice and tucked in there. 25 left to go. Slither is gonna have to make a big push out here. This push out could be a very bad one. What? Gonna get time drain and making sure they're looking right to where Eli just was. Coffee still swinging on that angle. He's gonna be able to make it across here. Now they have to face out towards Eddie. Eddie hearing the footsteps. He's gonna be able to pick off Coffee here. Flashbang getting tossed over. That's not going to be able to pick up Cookies. Cookies swinging that corner. Smoke's coming in from Corian. Grenade toss from Eli Cookies. Hearing that Eddie is trying to swing that corner. Ooh, he's gonna be able to pick him off. Now they have an opportunity to cap there if they get inside that building. Cookies pulling out his tablet. He's looking for the cap. Potentially looking to shut this out. Oh, could he get it? Oh, and he's gonna be able to get it. Return of a cap on his own. 4-3 going towards Slither there. A 2-0 map series win. Apologies. That was... Oh, whoa. That was a crazy ending. Oh man, that was a showdown right there. There is, without a doubt, that was a well-fought victory for Slither. Bad Boys nearly being able to pick up a win, or map win, sorry, inside of a 45 nonetheless against Slither there, especially having that very crucial capturing of the objective just the round before, but Slither responded with a cap of their own. But now, unfortunately, for Bad Boys, I believe that is going to knock them out. That is going to knock them out of the timing here. Yeah, that is going to now knock them out of the round robin here. This next matchup between Fortis is going to be I believe, let me just double check real quick. I don't want to, say something wrong. Yep, this next matchup is going to be now Slither versus Fortis. And this could be the deciding factor of who is going to get that second place sort of spot there. That is going to be a ride of everyone's life. And I believe we are going to just combine the channels here. So if everyone here in VRML2 wants to direct their attention and their Twitch streams all the way over to VRML1, we will collapse down there. And make sure you guys stay tuned to the very ending of the stream here. There's going to be a big announcement for VRML that I think you guys are just going to be happy to hear about. Unfortunately for me, this is going to be our timing is going to end here on VRML.